There's nothing like settling in for a good horror movie, right? You've got the jump scares, that slow burn dread, the monster you can't quite see. But what happens when you find out the monster was real and the story actually happened? Today, we're looking at 5 of the most terrifying horror films that are based on true stories, and they're probably not the ones you're thinking of. These aren't just urban legends, they are real-life nightmares brought to the big screen with bone-chilling authenticity. Number 5. Compliance. Kicking off our list at number 5 is a movie that taps into a primal fear, being manipulated and publicly humiliated. The 2012 psychological thriller Compliance is a masterclass in uncomfortable, anxiety-inducing horror. It centers on a fast food restaurant manager who receives a phone call from a man claiming to be a police officer. What begins as a routine request quickly turns into a disturbing test of authority, obedience, and moral boundaries as ordinary people follow increasingly troubling instructions from a voice they've never met. What makes this film so terrifying is that it's inspired by real events. The story draws from a series of true phone scams that occurred across the United States, where callers impersonating law enforcement exploited trust and fear to manipulate employees. These incidents revealed how easily authority, real or imagined, can override common sense. The film serves as a chilling reminder of how dangerous blind obedience can be, and how horror doesn't always need violence to leave a lasting impact. Number 4. The Sacrament. For our number 4 spot, we're heading to a remote, off-the-grid community that presents itself as a peaceful utopia. The 2013 found-footage film The Sacrament follows a team of journalists who travel with a man searching for his sister who has joined a secluded religious commune. Led by a charismatic figure known only as Father, the settlement initially appears welcoming and harmonious, but subtle cracks soon begin to show beneath the surface. The film is inspired by one of the most infamous cult-related tragedies in modern history. Without recreating events beat for beat, The Sacrament explores how charisma, isolation, and ideology can combine to create an environment where control replaces freedom. It's a deeply unsettling look at how devotion can be weaponized and how quickly paradise can become something far more sinister. Number 3. Wolf Creek 2. Our number 3 pick drops us into the unforgiving isolation of the Australian outback. Wolf Creek 2 continues the story of a sadistic predator who targets travelers far from civilization. The film leans heavily into tension and brutality, using the vast, empty landscape to amplify the sense of hopelessness and vulnerability. What makes this film especially disturbing is that its central character is inspired by real-life criminals. Rather than depicting a single true story, the movie blends elements from multiple notorious cases involving attacks on backpackers in Australia. These real incidents serve as the foundation for a villain who feels frighteningly plausible, reminding viewers that some of the most terrifying threats are rooted in reality, not fiction. If you're enjoying this deep dive into real-world horror, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. That way, you won't miss our next exploration into the dark and unexplained. Number 2. Veronica. When a horror movie claims to be based on an official police report, it instantly feels more unsettling. Our number 2 pick, Veronica, follows a teenage girl in Madrid who attempts to contact a deceased loved one during a seance. Soon after, strange and terrifying experiences begin to disrupt her home and family life, blurring the line between psychological distress and something far more ominous. The film is inspired by the real-life Vallecas case, an unexplained incident from early 1990s Spain. According to reports, a young girl became involved with occult practices, after which her family began experiencing disturbing phenomena. The case gained notoriety due to the existence of a police report documenting events that officers themselves could not explain. That real-world documentation is what gives Veronica its lingering, spine-chilling power. Number 1. My Friend Dharma. Taking the top spot is a film that terrifies without relying on traditional horror tropes. My Friend Dahmer is a quiet, deeply unsettling character study focusing on the teenage years of one of America's most infamous serial killers. Rather than depicting crimes, the film observes the isolation, social awkwardness, and troubling behaviors of a young man struggling to fit in. Based on a graphic novel written by someone who knew him personally, the movie examines the warning signs that often go unnoticed. Its grounded, almost mundane approach is what makes it so disturbing. By focusing on the early stages rather than the outcome, My Friend Dahmer forces the audience to confront an uncomfortable truth. Sometimes the most horrifying transformations happen slowly, right in front of us. From a fast food restaurant to a remote commune, and from suburban neighborhoods to isolated highways, these films prove that real horror doesn't always hide in the dark. Often, it exists in everyday settings, fueled by trust, authority, belief, and neglect. What makes these movies so powerful isn't just that they're based on true events, it's that they remind us how easily real life can slip into nightmare territory. So, what did you think of our list? Are there any underrated horror movies based on true stories that we missed? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out another one of our videos right here. Thanks for watching.